it's just mostly that... Oops. Good start. It's mostly just say if you do 4 bosses in a row.
Is this the 3rd?
This is the 4th.
Oh, okay. That was cool.
That's the danger attack.
Okay. I love whatever those hats are called. Those Japanese huge hats or whatever.
They are cool. I forget what they're called too.
You know what it reminds me of? FF8, the garden members. The seed... no, it's like garden staff, right?
Like the true... Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they're officially called, but the ones that are always near Sid and are like, please come this way. And I'm like, oh. They have... they're like a mushroom head. Number 7. I'm not gonna lie, the one thing I like early American history, you know, like the Revolution and stuff like that, but not being a country for like thousands of years and not having like Nobunaga and, you know, the different dynasties and all the cool ancient stuff from China is just like that's one part that bums me out about being American, because honestly the one thing I really like about China is all their old wives' tales and stuff are so cool. Those hopping ghosts, so cool.
Isn't that from Japan?
I said China. That's from China, right? The hopping ghosts?
I thought that was from... I don't know. I'm not going to commit.
I thought it was.
I don't know. I thought all the yokai were from Japan.
You're probably right.
But it might be something else. I mean, they have a lot of culture, too. I don't know much about Chinese stuff.
I'm going to figure it out. Jiangxi, also known as a Chinese hopping vampire. Yeah. I'm cultured and stuff. I'm certain that, obviously, them being in the same part of the world, that there were some parts from them and some parts from Japan and other countries and everything.
It's possible, but Japan is pretty much an isolated island.
Oh, I guess that's true. I don't know, I just love that stuff. I think it's so cool. Also, I do like how that one, that like Pagoda, Pagoda, is very much like the part in Wu-Tai in FF7. Very cool.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I mean, they probably draw from like the same, you know, Japanese lore.
Yeah.
But apparently, from what I remember from reading a couple of the journals in this game, like all this Japan stuff is literally just the main guy of House Milius is Declan, who created the homunculi. And apparently he just liked all this crap. And that's why everything like kind of has a veneer of Japanese culture, like from the East. But then it's like insidious and horrible on the inside. And like he would just make homunculus look like, you know, like serving women like prostitutes from Japan. That's why they all look just incredibly messed up.
Yeah, I will say the backgrounds and the level design and all that stuff just really builds a really cool world. Even though I haven't been reading any of the flavor text that you pick up, it's still like you honestly don't even have to, because you can just like gather all that information from what's going on in the background and the enemies and all that. Very, very cool setups.
We haven't seen it yet, but all those girls can turn into, like, I don't even know what it is. It kind of reminds me of the Stranger Things, like Demigorgon or whatever it's called, where, like, it blooms like a flower on its head.
I was actually just thinking about that today. I think the last season of Stranger Things comes out this summer or this fall or something. And I'm like, that's so crazy that it's only had like 4 seasons, maybe 5, but it's been going on for like 10 years. And I'm like, do they really expect people to come back in and be like super hyped for it again when it's been like 3 years since the last season? I like these.
Yeah.
So cool.
But all the enemies have a chance of... It just seems like it's completely random. But they have a chance of turning into that, and then they get their health back.
And then also, like, the kids that played the kids in, like, Season 1, like I said, it was 10 years ago, so they're, like... They were, like, 13, and they're, like, 23 now. And not that much time has eclipsed in the show, so it's like... Hey, I'm still a high school student. Isn't that crazy? And it's like, alright.
That's rough. Alright, so what's the next dumb thing you want to talk about?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was actually thinking about that enemy design. It kind of reminds me of that one creature in Symphony of the Night where it's like a woman but also a flower. The one where you defeat her, she like turns her butt. You remember that? Kind of reminds me of that because it's like a mixture of part woman and part flower.
Yeah. I can't think of the exact thing you're referencing, but...
Really?
Cool.
Yeah, because I remember every time you beat it, she, like, you defeat the enemy, she, like, turns, and it's like, oh my god, Symphony of the Night butt. I'm pretty sure it's Symphony.
Symphony of the Night butt that turns into a flower. I don't know.
No, it's like, it's like a flower, but on the top of it is, like, a human woman. So it's like a mixture.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say, I swear I'm remembering this correctly.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's a nice mixture. Yeah, let's talk about Switch 2 is pretty close. I originally was not at all excited or happy with the fact that it was coming out in June, but the more I think about it, the more I'm really happy with it, because if people don't get it right away, the system, and say it's something they want to get for themselves or for their kid or whatever for Christmas, they got 6 months to find one, which means Nintendo will probably do 2 or maybe even 3 or, I don't know, maybe even 4 more drops between when the system comes out and Christmas. Excuse me. And I think that'll actually be rather nice for the holiday season. Yes, there will still be people looking for them, and yes, they'll still like sell out, but I don't think it'll be to the point where like scalpers will be able to get like 2-3 times what they're worth kind of thing.
Yeah, I've just seen over and over that Nintendo does not want to have like a supply problem, and they're apparently gonna have like plenty for a while. But obviously they weren't expecting all this tariff nonsense.
Well, I will say, and I don't know if this changes anything long term, they postponed them for 90 days. The tariff stuff. So
yeah, but
I don't know if they're going to take that in consideration or what, and I don't know enough about global economics to even really comment on it. But that is something that they did do.
But by the time the Switch 2 comes out, like the delay is probably going to be up soon.
Yeah, I think they just did it last week. Though I may be incorrect on that. Yeah, it sure is interesting. At the very least, this will be the first pretty normal system launch since 2017. The PS5 and Series X launch doesn't really count because it was during November of 2020. And not only was there, COVID and everything, but there was the global shortage of chips, so they could really not even close make enough PS5s and Series X's. So this is the first, actual one since the Switch one where you're like, this is an honest-to-goodness console launch that most people can enjoy.
It's cool. Even coming from a Nintendo guy, I am not particularly excited. I'm just not really too big into Mario Kart. The new Donkey Kong looks, good. I don't think it's going to be really a system seller at all, though.
Excuse me.
It seems. I mean, they announced a couple things like Kirby Air Riders. It's like, that's cool. It's another racing game, though.
It seems like something
seems like such a... they could have, like Mario Kart 8 was, the main Mario Kart for, 11 years. And it's like, you only decide to do Kirby Air Riders now on the year after Mario Kart 9 finally comes out. It just seems like such a missed... They could have released it in, 2020 or something, and, had years of just being like, this is the most current, coolest Nintendo racer.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't get a chance to really start it till all of Smash Brothers DLC was out. I don't really know, but it is a good point. I think Donkey Kong is going to sell well, but
it's just
I can't imagine anyone's going to buy a Switch 2 just for Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I have a feeling people who already have a Switch 2, a large percentage of them will buy Donkey Kong. I have a feeling of that. But there's that install base for Nintendo, and that's kind of what they're hitting right now. I just don't think there's going to be a lot of non-Nintendo fans that are brought into it. I can't imagine someone being like, I haven't owned a Nintendo console for 20 years, but I want to Switch 2. I still can't imagine that. Maybe that Bloodborne 2 game, I forget what it's called, but the spiritual sequel.
Yeah, but it's very multiplayer focused though. So
oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. I didn't look anything into it.
I'm even trying to it's all they have. I know that Nintendo waits a long time for to announce games, so it isn't too early. But it's holidays, Pokemon, which is a dual release. It's cool. Do I want health or another slot?
Was Metroid Prime confirmed
for
2026?
It's definitely confirmed. It's August.
Oh, of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really... I don't know why I completely forgot about that, but I am relatively excited for that one. But again, it's it's coming out for Switch 1 as well.
Right. And that'll be hard to... I'm very curious for Metroid Prime 4, what the sales numbers will be between 1 and 2, Switch 1 and 2. I have a feeling the Switch 1 will sell more than the Switch 2, just because of the much higher install base. I might be wrong.
And they've been advertising Metroid Prime 4 for the Switch 1 since literally 2017, since that E3 where they just showed the logo. And it's people have been waiting 8 years for that to come out. But it just feels like I'm just keeping I guess I'm just not necessarily super hyped. Because I just want to keep my expectations low. There's just no way that they can justify an 8-year... I mean, they haven't... It's not even been development for 8 years because...
That's the problem.
They went to Bandai and then they, scrapped everything that they did and then was just Retro's doing it. After Retro did nothing for 5 years in a row in their weird dark period that doesn't make any sense. I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff in Nintendo lately. In the last 10 years.
And yet... they've been making money hand over fist.
And there's not been a new 3D Mario since Odyssey 8 years ago and still nothing announced. And it's I don't know, it's the new Donkey Kong looks cool, but I just want a Mario game. feel like I'm just like in a wine mood, but just something about Nintendo's latest output and the prospects of the Switch 2 that I'm not super interested in.
Well, I mean, luckily for me, I don't get a chance to play games too much anymore, but you could be me, and your favorite franchises could be Castlevania, dead, Mega Man, dead, Silent Hill, I guess not dead at this point. That's because Silent Hill F is coming out at some point, and there was Silent Hill 2, so that's pretty good. I used to like sports games like Madden, dead. Not physically, but everything but. So, you know.
And there's other stuff that I...
Oh, Resident Evil, no games in, like, what, 3 years now?
Wow. Woohoo.
What? They haven't had anything since 4 Remake.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it was 2023. Yeah. But that's also assuming that nothing comes out this year. Which I would doubt, unless something really, really quickly gets announced. We'll always have White Day, a Labyrinth Called School 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Can't wait for that LP.
I forgot about doing that. I still have the game.
It's fine. I mean, it's gonna be just complete slop. It's just gonna be like, jump scare, and then just the most mediocre piece of crap imaginable. Other than
I think I would rather do that one random one, the Curse, the Korean game, the game that's super Korean. Curse something something bridge. That one at least was like really funny. Oh yeah, White Day Labyrinth Called School 2. The problem with that one is it's a fact game. You literally have to just write down every single thing you're doing, or else you'll never beat it. Which I've done before, but it's like, ugh.
It's just anti-fun. Just going off like a fact and just
no, literally, because otherwise you look around constantly for your next thing you have to do, but there's constantly those enemies like skulking up and down the hallways. So it's no fun to explore anything.
Alright, so we're about to get the best relic in the game.
Let's go!
It's Declan's ring. So this was also the best relic in the first game, and when I read this at the first time I read it, it was like, oh man, they nerfed this to hell. Because in the first game, I think it was 1% of damage restores HP when attacking, and you could combine that with, like, there was a claw attack that, like, you could bring out the claw, and then it was like a shotgun blast. So you just leave it out, and if it's in the enemy hitbox, it attacks like 20 times in a row, and then does a huge shockwave shotgun blast that does 1 million damage, and like it trivialized the game. The last half of the first Ender Lilies was a joke because of that relic, and when I read that, I was like, man, they nerfed it. My cheese strat is over, and I was kind of happy. And they also made it cost 9 relic slots, which is the max amount, but it's still the best relic in this game.
Wow.
So the reason why it's so good is, and I'm not even at the max upgrades for the pressure abilities, but every single one of these will restore 1 HP, and when I upgrade both of them to the max, they're like noticeably faster, and it becomes like your main damage output if you like optimize with like the pressure relics and just like increasing, like you can equip stuff like when enemies have status effects, which the witch pressure ability afflicts burn, and even the punch charge attack does that too, and it makes it really good. Alright, so what do I want to remove?
Let's do it. Let's break this game.
In this game, it doesn't break it as much, but it's still very good. But originally, like, when I was playing this, I didn't notice that it was good enough because I was like, man, it's 9 relic slots, it only recovers 1 HP. I wasn't doing double pressure abilities. I was like, they nerfed it, it's over. But no, they did not.
We are so back.
Alright, we also have to fight one of the most annoying bosses in the game.
It's over again. We were back for 1 second.
But it's really nice that because we have this, it's gonna make it a lot Nice.
We are so back again.
And it's an underwater boss, so I have to equip this.
It's over. I can't.
I'm gonna go and...
Hey, it's like, hey, I have this awesome new relic. We're back. I have to fight the hardest boss. It's over. But we can do it this way. We're back. It's underwater.
Yep.
No, what is that? That reminds me of from The Simpsons. That's good. That's bad.
That's bad.
That's good. Hey, this is the hardest boss in the game. Also, it's underwater. No, underwater.
All right. So this drops heal charges and also more materials. So I want to equip this after this boss is done. And to upgrade Declan's ring costs the most scrap in the game, 6,000, and all it does is reduce the slots from 98. So I think the developers were really worried, like, we can't make this good again, but they still made it good.
The only time underwater is acceptable in a game is when the game focuses only on underwater. Like, if you're, like, deep sea something or other and you're in a dive suit and it's all cool and stuff. If it's a normal game, don't put underwater in it. Just don't do it.
Do not do it.
I guess Kirby games are okay in the water, I guess. But Kirby games are good with everything. Oh my god. Do not adjust your phones, people. It's just dark.
So we're finally fighting Declan. And even though he died in that one flashback that Spencer wasn't paying attention to, he became a homunculus himself. He kind of looks like a weird emperor because he's very vain.
I'm trying to think what he reminds me of. I like this muted sound, that's cool. At least he can't attack fast because he's in the water.
Yeah, this has 3 phases and it gets worse and worse as it goes on. Hey, good timing. Once he actually does some damage to me. Okay, so we're gonna see. Just pay attention to my health.
Yep, I immediately saw how fast that goes up. Man, imagine it being 1%.
Yeah, it was even worse. But look at this. Look at how crazy it is in a game that doesn't want you to heal ever. But you have to do this double pressure strat. You just have to do it. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense because, like, you do a combo and it does 4 HP back. It doesn't make any sense. You have to do it like this. Now, I'm not going to say that the game is a cakewalk. There's only, like, 4 areas left in the game. Like, it definitely is a hard game. But, okay. No. Okay.
Ching.
I think I forgot to equip my new equipment. The defensive equipment.
What does that bubble do?
It does a lot of damage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it, like, slows you down or whatever.
Die, idiot.
One more good attack.
I think that boss was probably, other than the true final boss, was the one that I had to redo the most. It's just so annoying.
No! He's fast.
Hello? Okay. I thought it soft locked. I was like, what?
That's...
I was gonna be so mad.
Yeah, you just said Declan. It's all the same to me.
Well, he's definitely hateable. It's just the most cliche motives possible. He's like, I'm a scientist, so I must use my science to increase my knowledge.
Okay, Hojo.
But even like Hojo had some levity to him.
Not in friggin' Rebirth.
That's true.
They didn't even let him.
They definitely made him a lot more ridiculous in the remake trilogy.
They didn't even let him have fun at Costa del Sol, where he's like, "I'm on vacation, leave me alone." He had to bring a boss. Freaking Rebirth. I still like it, but that makes me mad.
So this is a weird one. So we're upgrading our grapple hook guy, and he's getting upgraded with being able to do the dash underwater. It's just interesting that we're upgrading the spider guy, and he's, when you like start dashing underground, like you get this web in front of you. It's just a weird upgrade. The other ones make a lot of sense to me, but this one is just pretty weird. They're like, we want an underwater upgrade, but how do we do it? Let's just upgrade the spider.
Whee!
We are pretty much done. I'm just going to do housekeeping in this area.
Housekeeping. So, was that the main bad? I kind of forget.
Not really. I mean, he was the head of House Milius, and he created the homunculi, and he was definitely an evil man, but he's not really the big guy that we have to pay attention to is Gilroy, who's the guy that we fought when we got to the Middle Sanctum.
Right.
We'll figure out his deal later, but... Okay, so there's treasure right here.
My fishies, no. You gotta defeat them all.
They certainly are a lot, very annoying, and I have to build up a dash under here.
Oh, okay. So you're like clearing the space.
Yeah. Sorry, we'll be done in 1 sec.
You're literally not allowed.
Useless relic I don't need.
But you gotta collect it. I like how it's a jellyfish spiderweb thing.
Yeah, it's definitely the weirdest upgrade of the game.
Some of the spider's movements are cool as heck though.
Yeah. I mean, a spider being a grapple hook already doesn't make a ton of sense, but at least he has like a spider web. It's kind of like Spider-Man, I guess. Oh, you know what? I could have saved some time and went to the other rest area.
Oh, speaking of spider, for some reason, recently we've been getting like multiple comments from different people on that Let's Try of the game that's just called Spider for the PS1. I don't know why.
It's definitely like the coolest box art, and I think people like probably were like, "Oh yeah, Spider, that cool box art where it looks kind of menacing and also ridiculous."
It's just one of those games that no one owned it. Everyone saw it somewhere and was like, "Oh yeah," but then no one owned it. Because I didn't even realize it was like a 2D game. I thought it was like, I don't know, kind of like a third-person shooter kind of thing. It's just kind of like that game on PS1, Team Buddies. Everyone knows of it because of Pizza Hut demo disc, but clearly nobody owned it. And the reason I say clearly no one owned it is the game's like, I don't know, $150, $200
Yeah,
nowadays.
I think it's like a $200 game.
Because, like, it is super, super uncommon. And if everyone had it, like Spiral or Crash, it would not be $200. So deal with it. Pizza Hut demo disc.
Yeah, take that. Whoops.
All the Pizza Hut Demodus fans are seething.
Okay, don't need this. I'm going to equip the...
Don't need this anymore. Don't need this anymore.
This is pretty much going to be our end game loadout.
Dear Strongbad, why are you so cool?
Oh, okay. I thought I had an upgrade for one of the last ones. Alright, so we can probably finish this game in like probably 3 more seconds, but we're getting there. There's only a couple areas left, but the last areas in the game are absolutely ginormous.
Yes, let's go. Alright, boys and ghouls. Just kidding, no girls ever watch Let's Plays, so it's all boys. Okay. Bye, boys.